What's going on, guys? Andrew Pillick here on the Wrestling Channel. It's been a while. Definitely need to start posting here, but we've got the horror show Extreme Rules 2020 predictions now. Again, there could be some matches announced after we make this video, so if you don't see a match that you were looking forward to that has just been announced, we apologize. We can't predict the future, but I've got a very special guest with me, a very good friend of mine. This is Kyle, a.k.a. Fat Sexy Canadian. That's his Twitter handle, okay? So make sure to go and follow him if you want. But how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's always good whenever there's a wrestling pay-per-view on the weekend, something to look forward to. And also, apparently there's going to be a bonus Undertaker Last Ride episode being posted after the pay-per-view. So that should be very interesting to see.
That was so good.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait.
The whole series was so good.
Yeah, but so we get the pay-per-view and then we get to see something for The Undertaker, which is always good. And I think it's like him telling some stories. But as you can see, Kyle let me know that we can put backgrounds on our phones here. I forgot about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. So we've got our horror show backgrounds on here. So WWE, don't copyright us, but I'm pretty sure they won't. They won't do that. But so basically, we're going to start from maybe the tag team match that you just reminded me was a thing. I completely forgot about it. The WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships are on the line. The New Day, Big E, and Kofi Kingston, of course, being the champions, are facing Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. And it looks like WWE is trying to get Shinsuke and Cesaro back into a title picture. So if you were to make a prediction on this, what do you think is going to happen?
As much as I really do like the New Day, I think we're going to have new champions here on this one.
Yeah, dude, I was going to say, I think it makes sense. I think they want to give Cesaro and Shinsuke another run at those at any title because, dude, it's been a while.
And they haven't really done much with either of them really lately.
Yeah, and we're looking at Cesaro and Shinsuke are two of the most talented wrestlers in the world.
Cesaro deserves a world championship.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I'm glad you said that because it's so true. And the thing is of course he's got to grab the belt if it'll actually go in there. Yes, there you go. You got to have the championship. Got to have the WWE spinner.
Phil, still having to return this to you, buddy.
You're just going to have to keep it. Apparently, he's going to have to cash in.
Go. Yeah, he's going to have to get that briefcase.
He's going to have to cash in the briefcase, which we might have to bring up later. New Day, I think WWE, when they want something – what?
I didn't even think of that.
Dude, we'll get to it.
Oh!
So, here's the thing with the New Day. Watch, we're going to forget about the briefcase later. The New Day, I feel like they get the belts when WWE is like, okay, well, who should be the champions? Well, we don't really have a great idea.
Yeah, when they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, they're like New Day or the Usos, which I love the Usos. I really wish that they were, they were doing their thing right now, but I think one of them is quarantining. I can't remember who, but anyways, it's a tables match as well. This is Extreme Rules, so it's going to be a tables match. And
which are always fun.
Yeah, dude, any sort of stipulation, that's why I love Extreme Rules. We're going to be getting some crazy stuff. So by the way, just to throw it out there before we forget too, I think two matches that could happen on the show is Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus.
Yeah, apparently that's supposed to be a backstage thing or something.
Yeah, that could happen. And I'm also thinking Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black could also happen. Though just to throw those out there. I would pick Jeff Hardy in the Sheamus match, and I'd pick Aleister in the other one. I think it would just make sense.
Over everything.
Yeah, dude, I love Aleister Black. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, Buddy Murphy's so good, too.
He is, but
all right, so final prediction, New Day or Cesaro and Shinsuke? Who do you think is winning that? You think?
We got new champs.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you there. I think that it makes too much sense. I'd really like to see it, too, so... we're going to go with Cesaro and Shinsuke winning the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Now, the next match, somebody that I'm a very big fan of, Apollo Crews, the United States champion, facing one of the greatest United States champions of all time in MVP, dude. We both grew up with MVP being on the roster and being a prolific guy.
He was always entertaining. I always enjoyed watching him.
Yeah, that stuff that they used to do, like him and Matt Hardy all the time, like they did those like competitions and stuff. Like I used to love that. But like he was a very good United States champion. There was a couple times where he faced Rey Mysterio and put that belt on the line where I wished Rey won the strap, but whatever. We're both big Rey Mysterio fans. We obviously wanted that. But MVP has like this like new United States championship that he's been bringing around and saying that it's his belt and he's he's going to win it on Sunday. But there's something like I don't know if there's going to be a secondary storyline with this, but for some reason I feel like Apollo has a heel turn coming up. Some reason I think he's going to turn, but I don't know if it's going to have anything to do with this match. I think Apollo's going to retain, and the United States Championship he's going to take the new belt, and that's going to be the new championship. Even though I prefer the old one, like I prefer the one that he's got on him. Have you seen the new belt?
I've seen it. I like it, but there's a few things I would change to it.
Yeah.
But the old one is a classic. So
yeah. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking with this match?
I think that there's going to be an interference from Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
And MVP is going to end up winning it.
No way. You think, eh?
Okay. I don't want that, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Dude, because MVP's been doing real well. Like, I didn't think MVP was coming back at full capacity. There was rumors that match against Rey Mysterio that he had was supposed to be his last, and that's what he wanted because him and Rey are good buddies, I guess. And that was a while ago. But he's been one of the most interesting things in WWE that's been going on recently. So, I mean, keep him around. I love Apollo, but I do like what you're thinking. There could be some interference there. I'm excited. I'm actually excited for it.
I just don't see how there isn't any interference, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
of some sort.
I'm almost wondering if WWE had a plan to have a double interference, but now with Rusev, unfortunately, getting the coronavirus, Alana is obviously quarantined with him probably, so she can't be doing nothing. I thought maybe there might be a double interference with Bobby Lashley and then Lana, and then Apollo retaining. But I don't know. There's a bunch of different options they can go with here. You think MVP on this one?
Taking MVP.
I'm taking Apollo. I think Apollo's going to win. And we'll go back. Maybe we can do a review or something. Maybe we can do even if it's not right after the show, we can do it like the next day or something, talking about who got the most correct. But I think we're going to agree on a lot of stuff here. But
hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. But I think Apollo's going to retain, and you think MVP. So you think two new champs right off the bat. 2 new
champs right off the bat. Yeah,
dude, that'd be something. That would be something. All right, this match is special for both of us. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, an eye for an eye match. Now it's explained that the match can only be won when one competitor extracts an eye of their opponent. What are they thinking? This is really the horror show. Obviously, guys, we know what WWE is. They're not going to really rip somebody's eye out, but
Can you imagine?
They're going to do it. Dude, that would be crazy. Like, dude, I think Santino Marella made a prediction on because he works for Sportsnet, a company in Canada. If you guys watching are not familiar, but we're Canadian and we've got a company called Sportsnet. And they have a show called WWE Aftermath. And Santino said he wonders if they're going to do like Rey is going to be messed up in his other eye and he's going to have like a Wolverine type of setup. Like it's going to be some weird stuff. But there's got to be some sort of thing. This is something that was very interesting. Former WWE referee Jimmy Corderas said. He said he wonders, and I think it was Jimmy Corderas because he's also on that show. I've met him. He's a great guy. Him and Nardo.
Yeah, I've met him too.
I met him at a Ring of Honor show. It was really cool. But he said he wonders if Seth is going to be about to rip out Rey's eye and Dominic comes out and he says to Dominic, I will not take this out if you join me. Could you imagine if Dominic Mysterio becomes one of the disciples for Seth Rollins? Because a lot of people think that's what's going to happen. Dude, it's crazy.
I can see it happening eventually, but I don't know.
Dude, like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, if they're like, I don't think Seth Rollins can lose this match. Like, there's just no way. Like, I think there's going to be something that happens. Dominic's involved for a reason. He's involved all these weeks for a reason. There's something behind this where Dominic is going to be in on whatever happens. So, and dude, what a crazy thing. Like we watched wrestling and Dominic was in that custody of Dominic match with Rey Mysterio and the late great Eddie Guerrero. And it's like now it's all these years later and he's in this match. Like, oh my God, I think Kyle froze. His computer just crashed. Oh no. Okay. I might have to edit this together, but I'll be right back. I might have to edit this together. So, as we were saying, Kyle's computer crashed, so we had to piece this together. It happens. I mean, it happens to everybody on good and bad days. So, we were talking about how Dominic Mysterio would be involved, and I was just saying before your computer crashed there that it's crazy that like we seen Dominic in like the custody of Dominic match, like the ladder match, like years and years and years
Yo,
ago.
that was one of my favorites.
Dude, Rey Mysterio versus the late great Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace, one of the greatest of all time, man. Rest in peace, Eddie, of course. But man, like literally, like Dominic Mysterio could be a part of this feud and could be going forward as a main talent on Raw. I don't know, man. It seems like it's a quick jump to the main roster if he ends up being
like
disciples.
I was about to say, has he even had a match yet?
I guess not, but dude, think about all the guys he's been training with, including his father, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not saying he wouldn't be prepared, but it's like you're gonna throw him right in the main event picture pretty much right away.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. Like, but dude, could you imagine the new disciple being Dominic Mysterio after this match? But we'll have to see how it shakes out. But we have to give a prediction, even though this is one of the craziest matches. I have no idea what's going to happen.
I don't think I've seen anything crazier, to be honest with you.
I'm going to pick Seth Rollins, even though Rey Mysterio is my favorite wrestler of all time.
Bro, as you know, Mysterio is my favorite wrestler of all time as well. But
yep. Burn it down.
Burn it down.
Dude, I just don't see how Rey wins this match. I don't understand how it works unless Dominic Mysterio comes out and like is about to like join Seth Rollins and everybody thinks he's about to join him and then boom, he turns on him and eye for an eye thing, But like,
I guess we'll see.
We'll have to see. All right, now getting into some women's title action. All right, we've got Bayley as the champ versus Nikki Cross singles match. There's no stipulation here as far as I know so far. I don't think there's a stipulation for the Asuka and Sasha match either, but Bayley has been champion for so long, and I just don't see Nikki Cross as the one who's going to take the belt. I just don't. I can't hear your microphone.
Son of a bitch.
There we go.
Yeah. Like you said, Bayley's held it for a while, but can't see her losing it tomorrow night. It'd be like maybe SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series. It's not going to be to Nikki Cross.
No, I have no idea who they figure is going to be like the person to beat her. Like, I'm almost wondering if WWE's trying to set up that they have all the belts, like, Sasha and Bayley end up with all the belts, and then like at WrestleMania next year, like even at SummerSlam or one of the big pay-per-views, it ends up being Bayley versus Sasha, and the winner takes champion. All. Yeah. They'll lose the tag titles first, of course, but like then you go champ versus champ, which is probably going to happen. And that's the next match we'll get into. But just because I don't think like this could be a good match, like they're both good wrestlers, but like I just don't see how Bayley loses this, so I'm just going to pick Bayley.
Yeah, I'm Bayley 100% on this one. I can't see Nikki taking it.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a ton of sense.
Like we have seen Stranger Things, but
yeah, we have.
I can't see it happening.
Yeah. So you guys might hear my dog in the background, Drewby, making an appearance. But anyways, the next match is Asuka, the champ, versus Sasha Banks. And, of course, Asuka got this title after winning the Money in the Bank ladder match, not knowing that Becky Lynch was pregnant, which congratulations to her and Seth Rollins. Look at Kyle. He's very upset because he loves Becky Lynch. But
Becky is my girl.
She gave the
Like,
belt to Asuka in what was one of the coolest moments that I've seen in wrestling in a long time.
I remember not watching Raw that night, like missing the first bit. I wanted to watch it. I just was getting home late from work. And Phil texted me saying, I hope you didn't watch that. And I'm like, oh, dear. Uh-oh. And then he told me, and it just
broke you. It just broke you. But you know what? I love Asuka as champion, but I think WWE is going the route of giving Sasha Banks this title. I'm a big Sasha Banks fan. I would rather Asuka with the belt currently, because there's two options. You get the Asuka as champ and you let Asuka go and keep doing her thing. Or you do what we said before with it being Sasha versus Bayley, winner takes all. Or you just have it being Sasha versus Bayley for the SmackDown title. So you don't have to give Sasha the other belt. You just have her face Bayley for the belt at SummerSlam. Somehow they get mixed up. Like maybe Bayley comes out to help Sasha, or one of the vice versa. I don't know. And maybe it messes up Sasha and she ends up losing, and that's what starts this feud. But then again, I don't know. WWE's had so many opportunities to have these two go at each other, but then they pull it right back. They're like, no, we want them to stay together.
They're saving it till Mania, 100%.
You think?
Oh, 100%.
I thought they might do it at SummerSlam, but I think you're probably right.
Mania is the show of shows. People have been wanting this for a while. It's happening at Mania.
Yeah, dude, I think that's probably the way to go. But
especially with all this COVID crap going on right now, there has to be an audience there for that match.
Yeah, so there definitely does.
Hopefully by then, audiences are allowed to come back, in some sort of capacity, whether, it's 50% of the people, whatnot, but it has to have an audience for that match.
Yeah,
a live audience.
Yeah, big time. So this one is a toss-up, and I feel like I keep switching my mind, and I don't know who's going to win, but I'm going to say Sasha Banks. I'm just going with my gut. I think she's going to win the belt. I don't know, man. I love Asuka, though. I really do.
Part of me, I have two sides right now. One side is, of course, for each of them. I can see Sasha winning it and going the way, both of them have both belts, all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like,
tough.
I'm going Sasha.
Dude, it's tough to bet against her, dude. Right now, she looks very powerful. She looks like she could win that belt. So it'd be tough to go against her. So, for Bayley versus Nikki Cross, we both said Bayley, and then we said Sasha Banks, both of us, for that belt. So we're expecting 2 or 3 title changes on the show so far.
Yeah.
All right. Next, what threw me off was Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. And the reason why I'm saying this one first is because this is a Wyatt Swamp fight, so it's going to be one of those theatrical type of matches. It's going to be good.
Always sick.
The Boneyard match, Undertaker and AJ Styles.
One of the best ever.
Incredible. And then, of course, we've been getting some very cool stuff. And this is the return of the Bray Wyatt character for this show. But this isn't for the belt. That threw me off.
It's not for the belt, so I can, you can just figure out who's winning that one.
So this is where it gets interesting, though. Does this become Braun Strowman beats Bray Wyatt, but then who shows up to the swamp? The Fiend. The Fiend comes out, destroys him. Is Otis cashing in?
No.
Bro, do you think it could happen?
Nope.
Do you think Otis is going to cash in on the tag titles?
Nope.
Because of Tucker? So what do you think? What's going to happen there?
For this match or the Otis situation?
Give me the match and then tell me the Otis thing.
So Bray Wyatt's going to win this one.
You think?
I do.
Dude, I think Braun's beating him.
As much as I like the whole, Braun winning, the Fiend coming out and all that stuff, I don't see Bray losing this one. But I see Otis trying to cash in on McIntyre Ziggler.
What?
The whole storyline with him and Ziggler.
Oh my God. Dude, I didn't even think of that. Yo, dude, we're going to have to get to that next. Okay, dude. Okay, so we're both in agreement the swamp fight should be very interesting.
Yeah.
But you think Bray Wyatt wins?
Yep.
I want Bray Wyatt to win. I love Bray Wyatt, and I wanted
Oh
this
yeah.
to be for the belt, but it makes sense if they want the Fiend to eventually win the championship. But it would make more sense if Bray Wyatt wins for him to continue to have a shot at the title, because if Braun beats him again, oh dude, that might switch my prediction, bro.
Now, do you think they're gonna do the swamp fight like they did the lake of reincarnation, like some sort of like that, but have Strowman and Wyatt like team together, like Strowman go back to his old days?
I don't know, because I think WWE still wants to cash in on the whole Fiend character. I don't think that they want him to continue with the Bray Wyatt thing. I think they want him to have multiple personalities, but because technically he has 3 now. He has like the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt, he has the Fiend, and then he has like Sister Abigail Bray Wyatt. So, dude,
love
all 3 characters. Like the guy is literally like Mick Foley now. He's got all these dude love, Mankind, Mick Foley.
And you got to remember, we were there for the debut.
Yes, we were there at SummerSlam for the debut of The Fiend, which was incredible. I had chills. I remember texting you guys saying every curse word in the book, saying, oh my God, this is crazy. I was going nuts. I still have the video of it on my phone. Yep. Oh, man, it was a great moment.
Oh, that was such a great weekend.
SummerSlam in Toronto, when people could actually be in the audience for things.
Yeah, meet and greets with everyone. Like,
dude, that's insane. But, okay. I think I'm going to go with you. I think I'm changing my mind. I think I'm going Bray Wyatt. I just can't see if they want to keep him in the title picture that he loses twice, unless they just consider, the Fiend never lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he did at WrestleMania. Or
that's the thing. Like it's a non-title match, so like.
Yeah.
What's the point of having Braun win?
Or not at WrestleMania. He technically lost the rematch after WrestleMania, but regardless. But yeah. That's very interesting. That match should be the match of the night. I'm guessing it's going to end up being. Although this next match, just based off of talent alone, could be the match of the night.
Oh, 100%.
Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion, against Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, one of the most underrated WWE superstars of all time. Sells moves better than anybody in the company. Just an absolute tank. Drew McIntyre, an amazing champion. I wish he had this belt with a crowd. He's been doing so well. He's been keeping me invested in the title, all the feuds he's been going through. There is a lot to unpack with this, and you brought up something with Otis, which could become very interesting that I was not even thinking of before. But now you've brought up a very interesting fact. So, this match, we'll get it out of the way. We think it's going to be really good. What are your thoughts just based on the match itself?
Like, who do you think, like, is my prediction or what's going to happen?
And what do you think about Drew? What do you think about Dolph, like, leading up to this? Because there has been a lot. The promos have been intense. The Heath Slater one, which, by the way, at the time of recording this, Heath Slater just showed up on TNA Wrestling. He just showed up at Slammiversary. And apparently he's demanding a shot at their title. So we'll have to see what happens. Wearing the same free agent shirt.
He's got kids.
He showed up on Raw with the free agent shirt. Now he's on TNA Slammiversary. He's got kids. You're right. So what do you think? What do you think about Dolph? What do you think about Drew? What do you think about the championship itself? And also, by the way, we have to add, the time of recording this, it's a to-be-determined stipulation. So there hasn't been a stipulation put on the match yet. Dolph gets to decide when the match starts.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was Dolph that gets to decide.
Yeah.
Once Drew eliminated Lesnar from the Rumble, I'm all game for you, buddy. Can't stand Lesnar. So
I love Brock sometimes. We share a birthday, so whatever. But anyways,
that's about the only time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really started liking Drew. I didn't like him at first, but that's because he was doing the whole heel thing, and you're not supposed to like heels, and apparently I follow that too much. And
yeah. That's what it's all about.
Ziggler is like the promo king.
Yeah, he's
unreal
very good.
Promos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have.
He doesn't know what to say. But dude, you have something in mind that you think could happen, right?
Well, that's why I'm like, I don't know right now. Like,
Because, dude, if your theory, so what you're telling me is if you think there's a chance because of the history between Dolph and Otis that Dolph wins the championship from Drew, and then Otis comes out and cashes in on Dolph, is that what you think could happen?
That's what I think can happen. I don't know. Just it's got to be something along those lines, like because Otis still has the briefcase, obviously.
Right.
You know, him and Ziggler and Mandy had that storyline.
Yep.
So I'm like, I could see that happening, but I can't see Drew losing it.
Yeah, that's the thing. People are like, oh, it's another filler feud. Like, Dolph is never going to win this. But then I'm thinking, what if WWE wants to give Dolph another run with that title and, like, see what he can do? But, dude, Drew McIntyre right now is a great champion. Like, he's making that belt believable. I thought if Drew was going to lose, he would have lost to Bobby Lashley. It looked like they might have been ready to drop the title to Bobby Lashley. But then when that didn't happen, I'm like, okay, well, who's beating this guy? So what a lot of rumors are saying, and I usually don't like to look into these before pay-per-views, is that
me neither, but I always do.
It's like they're saying that they want to set up a Brock-Drew rematch at SummerSlam. But I don't know if Brock is going to wrestle for WWE in with no crowd. Like I don't
think so.
I don't see how that's going to work. Now, another thing we have to bring up, too, is that Randy Orton has been on an absolute tear on Monday Night Raw. And you don't love Orton. I think he's one of the greatest ever. But bias aside, put it aside for a second.
Okay.
You know Orton's been killing it on Raw.
He's unreal. He is unreal.
So my thing is I think they want to set up Drew versus Orton for the belt, which would be a phenomenal feud. We got two awesome wrestlers, two great guys on the mic. Orton's the better guy on the mic.
Two guys that can pull out their finisher with just boom like that.
Yeah, dude, the Claymore versus the RKO would be amazing. And the punt kick now, where Orton's got the punt back. Yeah. But, dude, I don't know. I think, like, if I was just to be honest, I think Drew's going to win this match. I think it's going to be a good match. I think Drew's going to win. But you have to keep in mind what you were saying with the Otis stuff. You never know. It could happen.
That's the thing. It's like, why would you have Otis win the briefcase and not have something go on with him and Ziggler?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense, but who knows?
But then, Stranger Things. But here's the thing, too, dude. Like, for both of these matches, I could see him potentially cashing in, so that's something you got to look out for.
I can't see it in the swamp fight.
But to me,
cashing in on that.
To me, it's like this. I can see Braun losing the belt easier than I can see Drew losing it. So it's like,
oh yeah.
And you've seen the little tease of Otis pretending like he's going to cash in on Braun. Strowman. But do you think, and I'm going to go back to this, do you think it's possible that because it's a mid-card title that Apollo loses the MVP and then Otis wins the United States Championship?
I could see it, but you never know.
Because I think WWE doesn't know what they're going to do with Otis in that briefcase.
Yeah, like, you had so much talent in that match, and you honestly, like, no disrespect to Otis, I think he's hilarious and he's awesome. But why?
Yeah, that one threw me off. Like, when he won the briefcase, I literally out loud said, "Oh my god!" I had no idea that was going to happen.
I was pumped because, like I said, he's hilarious. He's awesome. But I'm like, what are you doing,
dude? I thought Baron Corbin was winning that match. Yeah, I thought for sure Baron Corbin was winning that match. And I love Baron Corbin. A lot of people don't. I think he's amazing. King Corbin, I should say. But here's another thing that I just thought of in my head. Oh, my God, did I just lose it? I don't need to lose this right now. Because I had a really good idea. Oh, my God, this is going to really tick me off. Oh, okay, here it is. So what happens if Dolph loses, nothing happens, no Otis cash in. Then you see on Raw or SmackDown something, Dolph shows up and challenges Otis and, like, tries to get Mandy back and goes, how about let's have a match for that briefcase if you're so pissed off, and then beats him for the briefcase. and takes the briefcase off of Otis. That's another possibility.
I could see it because they have done something like that before. So
Yeah, they have. I mean, we've seen it happen before. It might happen again. So, I mean, hey, those are our predictions. Dolph versus Drew, Asuka versus Sasha, Bayley versus Nikki Cross, Braun versus Bray, Ray versus Seth, Apollo versus MVP, The New Day versus Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. And, of course, we're probably going to be getting some matches that are added in later on. We might see Kevin Owens in a match. We might see, Aleister Black and Murphy. We might see Jeff and Sheamus, which is really weird to me. If Jeff and Sheamus have been building up this feud for so long and now they don't even have a match. Jeff Hardy, Extreme, dude, something must be wrong there. One of them must have tested positive, and I hate to say that, but it might have happened. So
yeah, if anything, it's got to be Sheamus.
Because Sheamus was not at SmackDown, but Jeff was. So,
and obviously, if Jeff had it, they wouldn't allow him there.
Yeah. So, anyways, those are our predictions. Thank you, Kyle, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man. It was fun, even though, computers.
But, dude, you'll probably see Kyle a lot on this channel. You're probably going to see Phil a lot on this channel because we talk wrestling all the time and we might as well film it. So,
expect this every pay-per-view.
Yeah, every pay-per-view, I'm down for that. That would be dope. And even just big shows, or if we expect something big is happening, we'll make a video on it whenever we have time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're a wrestling fan.
One thing, don't forget to throw your predictions down in the comments.
Yes, exactly. Put your predictions down in the comments. It's a perfect thing to do. All right. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Or whatever else I do. I don't know what I'm going to do on this channel, but lots of stuff. Peace.